Hi, everyone. I'm Mia Liu, Program Manager of Newlab. So I'm excited to introduce today Eden GeoPower, a company that we believe can revolutionize the recovery of subsurface natural resource recovery. So you can just name a few, including but not limited to critical minerals, geothermal energy, and even naturally occurring hydrogen within the Earth. Eden's unique approach leverages both the power of electricity and synergistic effects with hydraulic fracturing, electric heating, and carbon mineralization to precisely enhance subsurface permeability, making underground energy and materials more accessible and sustainable. As you can imagine, their solution has applications across industries, but needs to be de-risked with actual data for more specific applications. So what we are seeing is the mining industry is increasingly looking underground and in need of better ways of breaking rocks, with the rapidly declining ore grades near the surface and growing demand of critical minerals amid energy transition. So as part of our efforts working with our industry partner to identify and adapt novel rock preconditioning and fragmentation technologies, it was Newlab's absolute pleasure to work with Eden in development of actually their first physical pilot for mineral recovery based on core samples from real-world mines, paving the way for their continued expansion into the mining industry. Eden's team has impressed us with not only technical prowess and dedication to the project, but is always very proactive, collaborative, and organized, while patient to meet and exceed our industry partners' expectations. Newlab has been working closely with Eden throughout the pilot, from the initiation, planning, facilitating data exchange, and sample collection, all the way to our continued ongoing conversations about extended collaboration. We've seen early results over the past few months, since we now have the pulsar and everything, and are very excited for more critical learnings in the following months as Eden gears toward full-scale field tests for further commercialization. So I'll stop here and welcome to the stage Spencer Aertker to tell you more about what we are doing about pilot. Thank you.
All right, thank you. First, I want to thank Newlab for inviting Eden to have this opportunity to present the results of our, well, not the results, the progress of our pilot, and really to give, the abstract has had a huge impact on Eden's mining vertical. So Eden, unfortunately, one of the co-founders wasn't able to attend due to travel difficulties, so I'll be giving the presentation. But Eden was founded by two co-founders, Dr. Paris Mars and Dr. Amar Alali. And at Eden, I'm the head of mining, so I help develop projects related to mining, carbon storage, and also geologic hydrogen, and I also help execute those projects on the R&D side. So Eden, like Mia said, we use electrical reservoir stimulation to enhance critical mineral mining for the energy transition. And I think I need to set the stage on how electrical reservoir stimulation facilitates the energy transition. So Eden presently today is about 35 on staff. We're divided in teams from geophysicists to geochemists to mechanical engineers, electrical engineers. We also have people in business development. And what we do at Eden GeoPower is we break rocks. Now, you're probably thinking, I can break rocks. But what if I told you breaking rocks is one of the bottlenecks to the energy transition today? And I mean to all four verticals that Eden GeoPower focuses on, from mining, which is one of the largest industries that displace rocks by breaking rocks, from boulder size, 30 inches, down to micron scale. It's hugely energy intensive. It's about 3% of the total energy demand in industry, about 50% for mining. For geothermal, you need to break rocks between the production and the injection well to prevent short circuiting and to facilitate proper conduction of heat to the fluids. For geologic hydrogen, you need to break rocks to allow fluids to interact with iron to reduce water to generate hydrogen, and also for legacy energy applications. So you may think, well, breaking rocks is easy. It's actually really, really difficult. And we do that by using a suite of methods, but this presentation will mostly talk about generating plasma in the subsurface to fracture rock. So this started in 2017 by 2 individuals who were doing their PhD. This might sound like some Goodwill Hunting story, but they started during their PhD program, Eden GeoPower, both geophysicists, so Amar Ali and Paris Smalls. And what we aim to accomplish is to enhance critical mineral mining and also geothermal, geologic hydrogen, and legacy energy applications. So our major achievements are we've been awarded $10.6 million in DOE funding, some from very prestigious programs within the Advanced Research Project Agency for mining, for geothermal, and also the recent release of the Geologic Hydrogen Program, both for catalysis of geologic hydrogen and also our venture into long-term energy storage. We have 7 filed patents. We have demonstrated this in the field, and so our vision of doing this technology. So I think I'll give a high-level overview of the technology. So basically, what we do in the lab scale to the field scale is we insert anodes and electrodes into the subsurface. And we produce a very high voltage between the anode and the cathode, and we discharge that energy, and that produces a plasma, which is presented here on the upper right. When this plasma is generated in the subsurface, it actually fractures the rock, and it becomes very in different presence of formation fluids and compressible fluids, it'll fracture rocks by generating this plasma. So in the application of mining, what we see is something we want to do. If you are familiar with mining, they move tons and tons of ore per day from open pit mines to underground mines. And one approach we have for, say, an open pit mine application is we would drill 2 wells into the bench, and then we would insert an anode and a cathode and fragment the rock. If the rock is CO2 reactive, we'll mineralize CO2 and then blast and then move it to the mill where they'll have better recovery of critical minerals due to smaller particle size. So in the pilot, we use something called a pulsar in the lab scale, which is this image here on the left, which uses confining pressure to mimic subsurface conditions. We fracture the rock, and then we also do characterization after to determine the amount of fracturing. So this pilot started this year, and it's ongoing. Our lab tests are conducted in Boston, Massachusetts, from samples all over the world with our industry partners, BHP. And basically, this pilot is 3 steps. We do characterization before, where we determine how fractured the rock is. Then we fracture the rock with the pulsar, and then we do post-electrical characterization with a different set of methods, from the micro-CT to what we call the bond, to determine the bond work index, which is essentially the amount of grinding energy needed to grind these rocks to the size the mining company desires. So we have a video that goes over
we are in the middle of one of the most important transitionary periods in human history. What we're focused on at Eden is developing next generation geologic-focused solutions to help with the energy transition. Eden is utilizing high voltage electricity in order to increase subsurface permeability.
Eden is the first company to integrate hydraulic, thermal, and electric stimulation processes into one stimulation technique.
This allows us to save water, as well as reduce greenhouse gas emissions associated with traditional methods.
Eden is receiving incredible market feedback from customers in the mining, geologic hydrogen, geothermal, and carbon storage industries.
The Middle East and North Africa region is the energy hub today, making it an ideal location to seed and launch new technologies. We have successfully executed the first pilot. We were able to work with international teams. We were able to extract the subsurface resources in a cleaner way.
Our vision for Eden is to become the world's leader in sustainable natural resource recovery.
Our vision at Eden is bold, but we can't do it alone. We're always looking for excellent people to partner with. Let's break rocks together.
So the pilot outcomes. Working with Newlab and our industry partner, we were able to determine that we can fracture rock at unconfined conditions, so at surface conditions. We also determined, which was huge for us, that we could also fragment rock at subsurface conditions, because most of these rocks are found under high pressure. We also determined we can do concurrent carbon mineralization, which could unlock carbon credits for mining in the future, make mining a carbon net negative process. And the results we're seeing that we're anticipated to lower the bond work index, which again is the amount of energy required to grind rocks and fracture rocks from the open pit to the mill. And other pilot outcomes is this allowed us to de-risk the technology. It allowed us to develop IP because we needed the data to support the IP, and also most importantly to establish collaborations with the major mining companies as we produced the data and was able to show that we had de-risked the technology. So that is Eden.